All right, a little bonus edition here of the Old Man Grappling Hour. I forgot to have Nathan on. Nathan, what's your last name?
Walker, Nathan Walker.
Walker. And where do you train out of?
I train up in Newport Richie under Mike Gary.
Oh, okay, cool. Mike's a good guy. Um,
Mm-hmm.
bro. So all right, first off, let me share this
Mm-hmm.
because there we go. All right. So you contacted me today about some shenanigans. Uh You started off the conversation referencing something that me and one of my students, Werther, did,
Mm-hmm.
a long time ago. It was this woman had made a video where to get out of the rear naked choke, she was talking about, like pulling the slot machine and
Yep.
elbowing your guy in the stomach. And so Werther and I ran the experiment on, live or whatever, and we took video of it. And of course, Werther almost went out and he did not get out of the choke trying to use that technique. It did not work.
Mm-hmm.
And the video went viral, which is hilarious. And from there, uh, I ended up taking it down. I'm hearing some crackling. Do you?
There's a little bit of cracking on my end, but I wouldn't know how to fix it. Hang on, let's see what the audio. Uh, how about now? Try talking.
Hello, hello, hello.
Oops.
That's weird. Do you have headphones?
I do not have headphones. I do
All right, no, don't worry
apologize.
about it. We'll just ignore it. So anyway,
Okay.
eventually, like the thing went viral, like you said, and eventually I ended up taking it down because I got tired of like these fucking Krav Maga guys and these Taekwondo guys constantly coming onto this thread and like adding their fucking bullshit, and I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna delete this because it's a headache now. But yes, we
Mm-hmm.
did have this video go viral, but now you're saying that some chick is saying that she has the answer to you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just mute your mic until you're ready to talk. So
Sure.
so you said, so basically from what I understand is this chick apparently thinks that she can disarm somebody with a gun, and she's willing to fly anywhere to prove her little theory. And you have offered to do this with like a pellet gun or something like that. So why don't you tell me about the challenge?
So the challenge originated on a thread that had nothing to do with like gun disarming, self defense at all. It was actually a debate, if you will, on the shooting that happened up in Georgia, where Ahmaud Arbery was shot and killed by those two guys. And she said that initially that he had tried to use a disarm or tried to get the rifle from or the shotgun from the guy that shot him. And she goes, and she made a blatant statement. She goes, if you've ever taken a self defense class, the first thing they teach you is how to disarm somebody when they come at you with a gun. And and then that's when me and my buddy, who were on the thread, called BS on that. And I was like, first of all, me personally, I've never seen a successful gun disarm that didn't involve a negative discharge or the person getting shot at all, ever. Okay, never once in my life have I seen one that actually physically works. And for her to say that she could do it, and or that he attempted to do one with any amount of technique in the video, it was just factless. And that's when I called her out on it. And then I was expecting her to recant that statement or somehow walk it back and backpedal, but no, she one upped. And she was like, "Well, I'll show you how to do it." And then she went on to explain the definition, or not the definition, but the technique on how to do it. She even listed her instructors of that taught her a 4-week self defense program. She named her school and their location, and I was like, "Look, I will challenge you personally and anyone you know to do what you're claiming that you say you can do, and I will be the test victim. I will put my money where the mouth is. I'll put it all out there." And she
And
was
for
like,
some
okay,
reason, you
well,
want to do this at my gym.
no, well, not exactly your gym. That's anyone you like. When I first started thinking about it, I was thinking, who has debunked any type of who's actually went out in the open, put themselves on the line, and has debunked any other claim like this before. And I was thinking of every law enforcement officer that I know. I was thinking about every self-defense instructor that I've ever met in my life, mostly BJJ black belts. And the only people that I could ever think of that ever brought up mine was the video that I once saw you and Werther do.
Yeah.
And I contacted you to hopefully maybe you can probably point me in the right direction to where that could be facilitated.
Yeah, I mean, we could do it at my school. It's fine with me.
All right.
It sounds like a hilarious experiment. It seems like this woman's going to get lit up with pellet guns or whatever with pellets.
Absolutely. Like I said, we are willing to openly challenge her. If her, and even though I'm not a black belt, I'm a blue belt. Okay, I've been doing it for about 3 years now, and I will openly challenge a Krav Maga instructor in the same scenario with the same set of parameters that she's going to do to disarm myself or anybody else with the same set of techniques that she described in the message.
Yeah,
And I don't think it can be done. And to bring testament to this, my friend that's on the thread, Chris Murray, he's a top tier level shooter, and he's the type of guy that you see in the videos with like the beeper, and then he like fires and does everything is timed. And then he did a scenario where the pistol was already drawn, but not in the holster. It was pointing towards the ground. And from the time that the beep went off, the reaction time to squeeze and fire one round was 0.25 seconds. I don't think that even a Krav Maga instructor with his hands on the weapon at the time of when said go couldn't do a disarm in 0.25 seconds. Couldn't do
not
it.
to mention, there's a lot of people who that know like close range like combat when it comes to firearms, and you'll know like they won't extend their arm, like they'll keep the gun here and just fire from right here, and it's like, bro, you're not there's like I said, enjoy the pellets.
Yeah. So we have the protection equipment to go and do it. We have iPro, we have Face Pro, and I told her, I was like, and the reason why we wanted to do it in a private setting, one, if we did it in somebody's like home of residence, it would fall. We don't want anything ever bad to happen, and then it fall under like homeowners insurance, and then open up a whole set of liability cases. We don't want to do it in public in case someone who doesn't know what's going on sees what appears to be a robbing or shooting or someone with a gun or disarming, and then come over and actually think that something's going on that really isn't going on, and then that can get you in a whole mess. So I figured that if we can do it in some sort of controlled environment where there's professional experts that are involved in
I
self-defense.
guarantee you that when push comes to shove, she backs out somehow.
Me and Chris said that we had about a 25-minute long conversation, and we said that if we get this all set up and all said and done, we will be very so shocked and surprised if she even one agrees to it or two even shows up.
Yeah, because everybody's a tough guy on the internet.
Absolutely. And me personally, I'm not a coach. I'm not a gym owner at all. But I don't know how I would feel, even if I did any type of martial art, if I had a student out there once who only did 4 weeks of training with me, and then put my school and my reputation on the line for a debate that they ran. I thought that was pretty ballsy because she straight up in the thread called out her 2 instructors, their school, and where they're located. And me personally, if I was a gym owner, I'm just telling you right now, I don't think you'd be too proud if one of your BJJ black belts was like, well, my coaches did this. Like, they're just throwing you out there like that. I'm like, man, I feel like that's really going out on a limb.
The funny thing is, I tell all my students, the stuff that I teach you is great, no, but carry a fucking gun, man.
Sure, absolutely.
I mean, that's the, you want to talk about equalizer. I mean, that's the equalizer.
100%. I agree. And then, and like I said, this all stemmed from the whole debate around that. I don't want to even get into like the whole shooting thing in Georgia. That's a completely different topic and thread, but that's what it stemmed from.
Right.
And so I just, like I said, just reach out to you to somehow figure out how to facilitate this event from happening.
I mean, if it comes down to it, which, like I said, there's no way this bitch is gonna ever like, agree to the conditions. But if she does, and you want to do it at our gym, I mean,
We'll do.
you know,
We'll do, because I believe after this podcast, me and Chris are going to talk, and because now that we know that we have a place where we can actually facilitate it, we don't want to actually reach out to her and then actually set it all up and then not have all the logistics in mind. So we're going to, I guess, figure out a time and a date, and then let her know that if she wants to go ahead and do it, that we should do it 100%.
I'm just gonna make her sign a real strict waiver.
I agree.
You
I
can't
agree.
sue me for you being stupid, getting shot with a pellet gun.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll probably have her, and because of even though they're airsoft guns, that due to the range of which most self-defense cases happened, that exceeds the acceptable use of that airsoft gun. Like some of them exceed 290 feet per second, and you have a minimum engagement distance of possibly 30 to 40 feet. So because she's going to be, or anyone she has that wants to go ahead and attest to her technique in disarming, do the exercise or the drill, they're going to be in point blank ranges within 5 to 6 feet, and then they should have like a sweatshirt on. They should have some sort of extra layering and protection, because that BB hitting them at point blank range is going to hurt like hell. 100%. 100%. They're going to know they got shot.
It's amazing to me that after all that, I mean, like with Google and YouTube, it's amazing to me that people are still thinking to themselves, yeah, I think I can beat, this or that, and they live in these weird bubbles, and it's like they believe the shit that's fed to them. It's like I don't know, man. Personally, um, yeah, I think she's crazy. But I mean, if she legitimately wants to do it, then cool. But yeah, she's living in a bubble. Definitely living in a bubble.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you in the fact that where, like, I don't understand, like you said, with the internet and just the overall awareness around combat sports and how effective certain particular fighting styles can be, in that you don't know what people are capable of. We've all seen women choke out big ass dudes. We've all seen small dudes choke out big ass dudes. Like, you don't know what people are capable of. And what really is appalling is, because they don't know who they're talking to, but what they do know is they know that they don't train themselves. I know for a fact that since I'm in the jiu-jitsu community, I know that for a fact, knowing how many people are practicing and getting into jiu-jitsu, at least to some level of self-defense, that if I didn't know how to do anything, I wouldn't be so willing to talk shit to somebody if I didn't know how easily accessible it is today to learn how to become effective grappling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just mind-blowing how arrogant some people can be, knowing that they don't train themselves with firearms or within any type of self-defense.
Yeah, or could be that they're trying to sell a fucking, you're trying to sell people a fucking, ghost in a jar, trying to make some money. Could be that simple.
Yeah, which then in itself was in a completely different segment, but like I said, like, yeah, I doubt that she's going to. I have my doubts. I would love to see it come to fruition, but not in any sense of way to like humiliate anybody, because she made the claim. I want to see it proven.
Right. Like if she wants to make the claim, run the experiment.
Absolutely, and I am not beyond reproach. I am open to the fact that if she does, in fact, know a firearm disarm in the manner that she had described and that it is effective, then people in the fight sports community can't afford to not know what it is.
You ever see the video of the chick who was trying to get out of the rear naked choke, and she like grabbed her own head and pulled it down, and the guy let go, and he was like on his arm, he was like, ow, and he let go.
No,
oh my god, it was hysterical. It's like, bro, that will never work. Ever. Ever. I don't care how hard your chin is. That's never gonna make me let go of a choke. But people believe this shit, man. It's still out there, you know. There's people in these whatever, you know, Krav Maga, whatever classes and Krav Maga Taekwondo goes, you know.
And no disrespect to those people who are doing those martial arts at all. But if she's gonna throw it out there like that, then you know you drew a line in the sand and crossed it. So I mean, let there be a let that go, let that happen.
Yeah, it's funny. Well, anyway, it's good talking to you, sir, Nathan.
Likewise.
And I'm sorry I forgot to have you on the show, but you know we got caught up in the whole Mother's Day theme.
Of course. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Yeah. All right, sir. Well, I'm going to end the broadcast, but thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
All right. Bye.